Hey, what's going on, guys? Prestige here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Exo Zombies. Today we're going to be talking about the power-ups that you can get. We're also going to talk about some little tidbits that happen in the map and becoming infected. How do you become infected and how do you cleanse yourself? We're going to talk about all that, but if you missed my previous video where I talked about upgrading weapons, the 3D printer, and we also talked about all of the perks, you can find that linked down below in the description. But anyway, let's get into it. First thing I want to say is if you did miss that other video, I just want to say this again and make it as clear as possible. If you are a fan of Treyarch Zombies, whether it was World at War, Black Ops 2, you're going to completely love this mode. They put so much work into it. It's like the little brother of Treyarch Zombies because you basically have everything that you've come to know and love in those modes put into this brand new Exo Zombies mode. Now, what I mean by that is, and our first subject is power-ups. Power-ups are basically exactly the same that they were in all of those Treyarch Zombie modes. So you have a double points, you have an insta-kill, a max ammo, you can get a trap that they drop, and instead of dropping a nuke, they drop DNA bomb, which is basically the same exact thing, and they all do the same thing. So as soon as you get those things, you know exactly what they're gonna do, and you know what your ability is to use those things. Another thing that I just wanted to point out that's new here is there are terminals scattered all around the map, and the terminals will actually light up green, and if you go over to them you can actually pick up credits, and each terminal will give you 100 credits. If you have a double points activated, you can get 200 credits. And another thing that I noticed is sometimes when orbital care packages come out of the sky, you'll have a green Atlas emblem like right above it, and what that actually means is you can get more currency, you can get more points. So let's just say, for example's sake, the care package has 400 points. If there's a double points activated, you can get 800 points. So definitely try to use that to your advantage. Another thing I want to say is I noticed that the drops didn't really drop often. Like before in Treyarch Zombies, we're used to getting a drop like every couple of rounds, like maybe twice a round, 3 times a round. It just wasn't as active as it was in Treyarch Zombies. I noticed that they came far apart. And that was one thing that I was really hoping for in certain situations, needing a max ammo and stuff like that. And it was getting a little bit frustrating, but all in all, it was great and it was difficult, and that's what I really enjoy because Treyarch Zombies, you know, you can just run them around in a circle, you can just do whatever you gotta do, but in this, you can't really do that. There's no traditional way of doing it, so you have to be as careful as possible, which is very interesting. So let's talk about becoming infected. There are kind of like these smoky zombies. They kind of will just come over to you and explode, and if that smoke touches your body, you instantly become infected. And what happens is you get a 1-minute timer, and if that timer counts all the way down, you're gonna instantly die and go into a spectator mode, but your character will literally become a zombie and start chasing all of the other characters that are alive. And that is freaking awesome. I think that's so interesting though, because like it's literally transferring right over to like becoming infected. Now, you can cure this by going into a decontamination zone. It costs 250 points to use, and I believe what happens is if you are infected and you go into it and you use it, it basically takes about 5 or 6 seconds for it to cool down before you can use it again. But if you are infected and then you use it, you actually get camouflage, active camouflage for 5 seconds. So they won't see you for 5 seconds, so you have a time to reload or do whatever you gotta do. But I noticed that when the smoke zombies come, they just kind of come in groups almost. So it's like once you see one, you know there's gonna be another one right behind it, or vice versa. But anyway, guys, that was my coverage for zombies. If you missed the other video, once again, you can find a link down below in the description. We talked about perks, we talked about upgrading weapons, and the 3D printer. Also, if you want to see any of the multiplayer map videos, I also will have those linked down below in the description as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to click that like button down below. Do not forget to hit subscribe for more awesome videos every day. And until next time, I am out. Peace!